So here's how to do kind of a trendy photography technique in which you make an athlete typically small, little, and there's a couple different iterations. So I'll show you both kind of ways to do this. Number one thing is to find a photo, hopefully one you took. Um, it could be of anything, but sports tends to work well because people kind of know the proportions of sports. I would also recommend you have multiple people in the image. That helps because it kind of makes it sillier. So we're going to right click here and edit in Photoshop. You could, of course, just open straight into Photoshop, but this is easy. And remember, when you edit in Photoshop from Lightroom, it will save it back into Lightroom as a separate file. So it doesn't like overwrite your file or anything. It just saves it as a copy. So first things first, this photo looks fine. You know, there's a little bit of noise, but that's okay. What we need to do is unlock it, and then I'm going to duplicate it. Now that I've duplicated it, I need to basically cut out this person. So simple, I'm just using the lasso tool. You can use the object selection or the person selection tool. The problem with that can be that you need to really make sure you get everything around the person. So then you can either remove them or generative fill. If you do generative fill, just remove. It's kind of the same thing. Okay, it did not work for some reason. That's unique. So you can always do remove as well. Let's see how that goes. There we go. That worked pretty well. Obviously, you lost a little bit of the Nike swoosh here, which is okay. Now, what you'll notice is you actually have three different layers here. So here's one layer. That's like the normal one. Here's this one below it, also normal. And then here's this top one where it basically like put in a copy and removed the person. So what you need to do now is, and this is why we duplicated it, I'm going to hold down shift and left click over here on my layers to select both. Right click, and I'm going to say merge layers. What that did is it basically made a just layer without a guy here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put that one at the bottom. So I'm going to say rename this no player layer. There we go, and drop that down. Now we're going to make our small person. So we basically just need to do the same thing where we're going to select it. And this one you can be a little bit more specific. So if I deselect that, I could actually go up here. And they have all these different selection tools, right? Object selection tool could work really well here. If you hover over, it will basically detect it. And so there we go. I've detected. I need to add the rest. So I'm just going to hold down shift and add. And then I got to get the shoe here as well. And again, just shift is adding all that together. And then I can clean it up if I need to, like notice some of the stuff didn't get selected. So I could grab my lasso and I'm holding down shift to just add to it. There's a lot of ways you could do this. This probably isn't the fastest way, but that's okay. Actually, I'll show you a faster way, probably. We'll see what happens. I deselected that just to show you this. And if I say, let's try quick selection tool. And basically, if you hold down your mouse and then you just kind of drag it over, as long as there's a lot of contrast, this works really well. And you'll notice it's a little bit quicker because it kind of adds all of that selection together. You just want to look closely to see if you can see those marching ants so you get everything. The helmet here could be a little tricky, but I pretty much got it all, I think. Got all that arm. If you make a mistake, like let's say I go out here, you can always hold down, you can always fix that later by holding down Alt. Or I can go back to my lasso tool, go Alt, and then deselect this. But make sure it's a relatively good selection. That's going to make a big difference. Okay, then what I need to do from here is I need to extract him from this image. So I could deselect and delete everything, but I'm going to do Control J on my keyboard. By doing Control J, I now have him separated on his own little layer. Now it's as simple as just resizing him. So there we go. So I can go like this and then make him very tiny. And that's it. That's kind of it. That's the fun thing. Now, some people will sometimes go a step further here. And I'm going to duplicate it just so you can kind of see. What they'll do is they'll basically, he's on a layer. I'm going to just select all of this, go down, get right below his helmet, and delete all that. Okay, so now all I have on that layer is a head. And some people really like this one as well because it's just, again, silliness. And so you make the person have kind of a bigger head there. And then that's fun. Just looks kind of funny, kind of silly. So that's that. That's that technique. In case you've seen it kind of out and about, that's it. Kind of looks like they're all trying to tackle this baby. Let's go file, save as. And it's in this temporary edits, which is interesting. But I could go to, of course, just like desktop or wherever you want to save it. Yours is going to be in the P drive probably. And then I'm going to say small player football. Do that. I'm not going to, no image compression. There we go. Then I could put that back into Lightroom if I really wanted to. And I could go into my unique techniques. Oops. Create an album and call it small athlete, small people in regular scenes, sized scenes. Okay, then just as easy as going to my desktop and dragging it in there. And then you can play with all your normal tools here. Like we could do a manual denoise if we don't like that noise. Punch the clarity maybe. Drop back dehaze. Do something like that. Really kind of zoom in on them. Obviously, we missed this a little bit. Should have blended that a little bit better, but pretty good as far as the idea. And there you go. That's what you're going to play with.